Okay, picture this. The whole stadium's electric, right? Holding its breath for this game-defining kick. But the real story, the real earthquake, wasn't happening down on the turf.
Yeah.
He was way up high in a luxury suite. Camera cuts, crowd just erupts, and boom. Just like that, the whole game, maybe the whole business of football, changed.
Welcome to Starscope Report. We're your guides, Jordan and Jamie, diving deep into Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and those viral moments you can't stop talking about.
Yeah, we peel back the curtain on the stories behind the fame, from red carpet shocks to, well, moments like this.
And today we're tackling the absolute phenomenon they're calling the Traylor Effect.
Right. This is way bigger than just a celebrity couple. We're talking about the moment Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship didn't just make headlines. It became a financial and cultural force of nature in the NFL.
It's an incredible story, honestly. The economic ripple effects are just huge.
And we'll get into the nitty-gritty, but think about this. We're going to talk about how just one appearance, one game, reportedly generated something like, what, $166 million in brand value.
Exactly. And later on, we'll dig into which specific group saw a massive, 53% jump in viewership. You might be surprised. Stick around.
Okay, so let's lay out this billion-dollar blueprint. To really get the Traylor effect, you first got to understand the foundation, right? The whole Taylor Swift effect.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason publications call her kind of modern King Midas. Everything she touches seems to
turn to gold, or at least generate massive value.
Precisely. And it's not accidental. Our sources point to really deliberate planning, a deep understanding of her audience, creating this engineered anticipation, as analysts put it.
We've seen it with funflation, right? That term they use for the boost in, local economies whenever her tour hits a city. Hotels, restaurants, merch.
Exactly. That measurable economic power is the baseline. It's the setup for what happened with the NFL.
But the Traylor effect, that portmanteau of Travis and Taylor, it's different. You called it symbiotic amplification. What's that mean exactly?
It means it wasn't just a one-way street like a typical endorsement. It was truly reciprocal. Both sides got something huge out of it.
Okay, so Swift brought the NFL.
Yeah.
A massive new audience.
The massive, largely untapped demographic. Think younger women, specifically. She gave the league this huge injection of cultural relevance, especially on social media and fashion, places the NFL wasn't necessarily dominant before.
And in return, the NFL gave her
a gigantic, highly visible American stage. It kept her incredibly relevant, right in the public eye, even between her massive album releases and world tours. Constant visibility.
And the scale of this, numbers are just wild. Sources are saying over $1 billion in equivalent brand value for the NFL and the Chiefs.
Across the whole cycle, yeah. Over $1 billion in EBV. And, even just looking at the initial phase, September 23 to January 24, that alone was estimated at $331.5 million. It just shows how immediate and powerful the connection was.
Wow. Okay, so let's track this thing. How did it actually kick off?
Well, the sort of relatable origin story starts back in July 2023. Travis Kelce mentions on his podcast New Heights.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. He tried to give her a friendship bracelet with his number on it.
Exactly. And failed, apparently. But putting that out there publicly, that set the stage. It felt kind of human,
Totally. But the real ignition point was
September 24th, 2023, her first appearance at Arrowhead Stadium, televised, sitting with Donna Kelce, cheering. That was the spark.
And the market reaction was instant.
Instantaneous. Kelce's jersey, number 87, sales spiked nearly 400% overnight.
400%. Seriously?
Yeah, he went from being the 19th best-selling jersey to suddenly top 5 in literally 24 hours, and that game. Most watched broadcast of the week.
And it's incredible market power right there.
And it just kept building. Remember November 2023 when she changed the lyrics in Karma?
Oh, right. Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. That basically confirmed everything publicly.
Made it part of her narrative, part of her art, solidified it.
And then, of course, the Super Bowl, February 2024.
The absolute peak, maybe. That whole saga of her flying from Tokyo, making it to the game in Vegas.
Yeah, the dash across the Pacific.
And then the on-field celebration after the Chiefs won. That image is now, iconic. It's etched in pop culture.
And it wasn't just a flash in the pan either. You mentioned even later, August 2025, hypothetically, an engagement announcement triggers another sales spike.
Right. Another 200% jump in his jersey sales, according to that projected scenario in the outline. It just proves the sustained commercial power this relationship holds. Every milestone matters financially.
But beyond the merch and the moments, What about the actual viewership? You teased that earlier.
Yeah, this is maybe the most significant part. The NFL saw its highest regular season female viewership since they started tracking it back in 2000.
Since 2000. That's huge.
It's a generational shift. And drilling down into the specifics, teenage girls, ages 12 to 17, up 53%.
53%.
Massive. And young women, 18 to 24, up 24%. We're talking potentially over 2 million new female viewers drawn in.
Wow. So this wasn't just noise, it was actual audience growth.
Absolutely. And that influence spread everywhere. It's that network effect you hear about. It wasn't just Kelce jerseys.
Right, you mentioned other examples.
Yeah, like Kristen Juzik, she's married to another player, designed a custom jacket Swift wore. Suddenly, she's getting massive exposure, lands her own licensing deal with the NFL.
That's amazing.
Or even Donna Kelce, Travis's mom. She was spotted with a Ziploc bag at a game, just, carry and stuff. Next thing, Ziploc signs her for an endorsement deal.
Huh. Okay, that's pretty wild. The reach is undeniable.
It really is.
So money side is clear, the audience growth is clear.
Yeah.
But what about the culture? If you're enjoying these deep dives into how stars reshape industries, definitely hit that subscribe button, because we're about to get into the part that really stirred things up.
Yeah, the backlash. Because amidst all this success, there was definitely friction, a very vocal segment of traditional fans. They weren't happy.
Right. The dads, brads, and chads, as Taylor herself put it in that Time interview.
Exactly. But here's the paradox. The anger seemed way out of proportion to her actual presence on screen.
Okay, how much screen time are we talking? Because it felt like the cameras were always on her.
It felt that way, maybe because of the conversation around it, but the data. Reports say she averaged only about 25 seconds of screen time per game.
25 seconds. Seriously, that's nothing.
Basically, yeah. So if it wasn't the actual amount of time, why the intense reaction?
So what drove that then, if it wasn't the airtime?
Well, part of it seems to be how the NFL itself reacted. They and the broadcasters, they didn't just passively observe this, they leaned in hard.
Strategically, you mean?
Oh, absolutely strategically. It was a masterclass in reactive marketing, really. Frequent camera cuts, yes, but also changing the official NFL social media bios to include Swift references.
Like Taylor's version and stuff.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, and creating content specifically designed to explain football rules to incoming Swifties. They saw the opportunity and seized it.
And the top brass was okay with this.
More than okay. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell publicly praised it, called it a great thing for the league, explicitly mentioning bringing in that younger, different demographic.
So the league embraced it fully. But that backlash.
That backlash, analysts argue, wasn't really about the 25 seconds of screen time. It was more of a cultural flashpoint.
How so?
The argument is that it represented resistance. Resistance to this incredibly powerful, unapologetically feminine figure entering a space traditionally seen as hypermasculine, almost exclusively so. Her presence and the value she brought challenged the status quo.
Ah, so it's less about football strategy and more about cultural territory.
Kind of, yeah. A friction between established norms and this new, undeniable force, which naturally leads everyone to the big question.
Is it real? Or is it all just a brilliant, massive PR stunt?
Exactly. The skeptics are out there. They point to the enormous commercial benefits for everyone involved. They look at her album, The Tortured Poets Department, with its focus on past relationships and say, this has to be crafted.
A Hollywood scam, as some put it.
Yeah, but then you have strong defenses of its authenticity. The Chiefs' president, Mark Donovan, went on record saying it's an authentic relationship.
Okay, but he works for the team.
True, but then you also have, body language experts analyzing their interactions.
Oh, yeah. What did they say?
Generally, the consensus seemed to be genuine chemistry. They noted things like unplanned laughter, comfortable intimacy. One expert flat out said, this isn't a showmance.
So, conflicting views on the personal side. But the professional impact is undeniable.
Absolutely. Whether it's real love or not, the Traylor Effect has fundamentally changed the playbook for sports marketing.
What's the big takeaway then?
That the future, or at least a huge growth area for major sports leagues, lies in positioning themselves as broader entertainment platforms. Integrating fully with pop culture isn't just a bonus anymore. It might be essential.
But it's tricky, right? You can't just manufacture this.
That's the huge challenge now for the NFL and others. This whole thing worked, arguably, because it felt authentic to millions, even with the skeptics. That perceived authenticity set an incredibly high bar.
So you can't just pair up any celebrity with any athlete and expect $1 billion in value.
Highly unlikely. It has to resonate. So the NFL's job now is converting that buzz, those 2 million new viewers, into actual long-term fans.
How do they do that?
Well, diversifying merchandise beyond just Kelce jerseys is a start. Maybe partnerships with fashion, beauty brands that appeal to the new demographic, and definitely investing in that educational content, making the game accessible and understandable for people who didn't grow up with it.
Turning interest into loyalty.
Exactly, because the legacy here, the really lasting impact, is how blurry the lines have become between professional sports and mainstream pop culture. This whole saga proved, in dollars and cents, how powerful that intersection can be.
Which leaves us all with a pretty interesting, maybe slightly unsettling question to think about.
Mm.
In the future, when we see big celebrity pairings, will we even care about the personal connection? Or will the main judgment be based purely on the billions in potential brand value they represent?
You've been listening to Starscope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.